So we open with Lion Mia crying. You done gone from lying to crying. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say you a bad mother. And you see how I didn't have to say anything else after that? The jokes write themselves. Oh, Jesus Christ, honey. These fake tears, they gotta stop. They gotta stop. I ain't buying this. Oh, please. Wendy said at the core of this group we're all mothers, but only one of you don't know who your fathers are. I'm sorry. I do think a tenet of parenting is knowing who else was involved. I do think that's important. I'm sorry, Mia. You gonna say I don't want anyone to ever question my parenting? Well, then answer the question of who are your children's parents. Answer that. Answer it. I'd love to know. But now we continue with our attitude, and Gabrice and Gabrissy gonna give Wendy a bucket hat because they've been in the trash. And that hat should have stayed there. We could tell that hat's yours. Only you would own something that ugly. And unstylish. I mean, the company had to lose money when they made that shit. How does it feel to know that every clothing brand you've ever worn has gone out of business? You was probably the only one buying Beyonce's Ivy Park. Mia, you can be bothered by the comments, but you don't know the truth. That's why everybody wants a paternity test. So the next day, Wendy and Gabrice and Gabrissy go to lunch. They gonna iron it out because both of them need a plot line. They got rid of Rob the Throb, and what do you call a woman who's hit by her mother with a purse? The whipping girl. Wendy has her feathers on. She's coming with open arms. Giselle said, Wendy, you know, when you're good, but when you're angry with me, you come off condescending. Maybe you just come off uneducated, unhappy, unloved, unmarried. Tell it, Wendy, it's unfair to police how people respond to things when someone comes knocking on your door with the bull. Giselle, now you think you're gonna be besties with Wendy? Damn! You desperate after this little okay conversation. You are desperate. You don't know what to do without Rob your Throb. But then we get to talk about Mia being hurt. And I'm sorry, Mia, you hurt yourself by bringing your children's paternity up on national television. Did nobody bring that to the forefront but you? Bravo did not come to your door and force you and your family on TV. Y'all aired this out for a clicking of you to make $1 or $2. Because you know your coot is coinless and you'll be homeless too. But then they get to making fun of ink being short. I'm sorry, I only care about how tall a man is when he stands on his wallet and when he's laying down. I care about your horizontal height. Bump that vertical. So the new heifer living with her husband, but they sleep in separate bedrooms since they're handling their divorce with class. They're both seeing other people, but they don't talk about it. That's kind of a point of the divorce, to move on. Oh, and now re-enter Kiarna after her Big Bird boppage. So Kiarna's moving in with her man Greg. Maybe I need a Greg. Shit. Worked for Nene. Oh, God, her fiance died? I think that's the worst thing anybody can go through. Other than your kids, yeah, that's a special pain. Ugh. Oh, Kiarna wasn't invited to the party that Gabrice and Gabrissy threw. Oh, God, there's another GNA event. Lord, the last time she was at a GNA event, she got bopped, so I don't know why she want to go. So yeah, this isn't where I'd want to reconnect with the group. She said getting together with the ladies had the spirit of an inquisition. Well, you have the spirit of a drunk. Ashley drops by Stacy's and meets her dog, Arlo. Now, Ashley, you really gonna open your mouth to have judgment on the new heifer living with her man but you still can't let your coined coot go. Okay, so you've been dating this guy, he's a devout Christian, and no humping. I'm sorry, but what if you marry him and then he don't know how to do it? What if the rhythms are off? Or his penis looks weird? Like, that you gotta test drive that joker. You've been investing too much at this point. Wait, after 6 months, you couldn't deny. I mean, what's changed? An ugly has not been bumped, so I don't really know. You still living with your man, so I don't really see what's changed. No new dick in 17 years. What's the phrase? Get the dew off the lily. Get the dew off the lily. Now, I do want to try one of Giselle's cookies. I'm sad she didn't bring any to BravoCon. But we got Karen dropping by her house, and Giselle actually had a nice front door. It's gotta be difficult when everybody on you about your terrible taste. Also, it was shady of them to show Karen arriving in that oob. That was real shady. Y'all couldn't have gotten her Karen's car service. God, so I was looking to see how you got here. Was it an Uber? I mean, why wouldn't it be an Uber any other time? Y'all was planning on drinking. Oh God, now we got Blue Eyes the driver. Shit. Karen, you walked right into that. If Beyonce can have a driver, I can have a driver. But you did have a driver. Blue Eyes, remember? Oh, Jesus. Karen, don't ever bring up driver again. Just say, I got here just fine. I'll bike home. I'll bike home. Although you can get a DUI on a bicycle. Karen said, I thought your Inquisition party was nice, Giselle. Inquisition of who? Well, you tried to inquest Karen, but she wasn't answering nothing. And honestly, what is there to ask? The heifer got caught. Karen said Giselle can't help but be shady. I'd be disappointed at this point. She can keep it. However, they get to chatting and she says, you know, I gather on the good foot with Wendy since neither of us have a friend or a storyline this season. Wow, at least Giselle's fucking activated. Let's get some of your business. Even though you don't have much, since you don't have a man that would claim you. Then again, your husband claimed you, but he claimed a whole bunch of other women too. It's always coming up short for you, isn't it, Jizzy? Oh, Karen got an issue with Jacqueline. Apparently, Jacqueline said, I'm going to wait till the verdict to pass judgment on Karen. I mean, the heifer's admitted to driving drunk. It's not like she was able to leave the scene and we guessing if she was drunk. We'd still know she was drunk then too, because she's drunky boo. It is so difficult to look at these cookies and not have one. They're just right on screen. It's like, can we get technology where we can get cookies through the screen? Give us that. Karen tells Giselle, you know, Kay isn't pleased that she wasn't invited to the party. And Jizzy's pissed that Karen blabbed. But that's not being shady, it's being honest, because why wasn't my friend at my party? My Inquisition. You didn't want me to have backup, but you wanted to neck up. Some people buck up, Giselle necks up. I imagine that's what it is. Oh God, so GNA has gone from tacky little outfits to tacky little events? Health and wellness? Y'all gonna sell something that gets rid of goiters? Giselle, you want to say Karen asked to be honored at this little party. Giselle, you really want to get out here and say, oh, I got invited to this entrepreneurs event and Karen wasn't on the list, so other people couldn't make it and she decided to beg, borrow, steal to get a little notoriety. I bet you begged them too when they just gave you a flat out no. A flat out no. Like Jamal, a flat out no. Giselle said, no, you just got 9 citations when it's time to honor your ass. God, you are one petty bitch. Karen sends a text message at 6 a.m. to all the heifers. Oh, there's 2 events going on at the same time. So Jizzy's upset with Karen because Karen having this thing at the same time as her. I mean, a GNA event shouldn't last more than an hour, so I don't see what the issue is. You get together, you look at your little crap, and you move on. It's not anything of substance. Unlike your neck, which is a thick, fatty substance. Girthy. I've never seen a neck with girth. It's an uncircumcised neck. Oh, God. That neck has physmosis. If you don't know what that is, baby, don't look it up. I promise you. I promise you, don't. Don't. Some things you just don't need to know. So Giselle said, you know what? No need for the ladies to run all over town. Y'all go to Karen's event. I mean, I thank God, because I don't want to go to GNA. I mean, why does it... Gina? Gina? It's a little too ovarian for me. Too many technical terms start with it. Mia, you really gonna say you feel like Karen needs attention? You needed attention so much you don't know who the father of your child is. Now that's a need for attention. Maybe you need to have one in the front door, one in the back, so you can keep track of who's who and what's what. Sometimes it's best to do it in the butt. Good, you can't get pregnant in the anus. I love that I can really say, like, the phrase pregnant in the anus has had a profound effect on my life. Damn, your father passed in 12 days? Oh my God. I loved your dad. I loved him. He stood on business. He was not here for any of the crap. Not yours, not Jamal's, none of it. The world has lost a father. That is sad. Now, Mia in the chat says she's watching my review because she can't bring herself to watch the show anymore. And I feel like we're at a point like that with Bravo where a lot of y'all just ain't tuned in no more. It's like you told them, hey, change this or we're not watching, and nobody listened for too long. And we suffered along with Atlanta. We're not doing it with Potomac. People are dipping early. Okay, so I understand we're raising awareness or we're raising money for brain tumor detection. Important. But how is this a GNA thing now? You know, GNA, TNA, you need a better name. Ooh. Yeah, it's too gyno, too titty, just, it ain't working. So Giselle don't want to see none of them hoes, but of course they're going to show up. Oh God, so we're going full Kenya Moore disinvitation. Because don't nobody know how to disinvite you like Kenya Moore. Child, an invitation, hate to see Kenya Moore coming. Oh God, and then Ashley. Nobody can grind the glass into the cut like Ashley. I can't believe that Karen isn't here for Giselle's parents when she's been dealing with mourning and brings up her dead every 10 minutes. I'm sorry they passed too, baby, but they was 400. Jesus. It makes me look at her with quite a bit of side eye. No, I think that Karen was pissed about the little party that was her inquisition, and so she's like, well, we can celebrate me. We can celebrate the Grand Dame. Fun fact about why I call it Potomac. I was working with this company, the horrible people that stole my money. Yeah, working with them, they had somebody like help me with like SEO stuff, and he called one of my videos, well, you can see here on the Housewives of Potomac. And I was like, he was from Canada, so I wasn't gonna like correct him or anything, and he was really nice. I just made a mental note of it because it was so funny, but I was like, this is a serious call, you cannot bust out laughing. Oh my God, but not laughing because it was a video call, not laughing. Oh, and then like he kept saying it and I liked how he said it. He had like a really soothing voice. So, oh God, that was hilarious. So some of the girls are in the van and they say they're gonna show up around 8:30. Oh, and the event ends at 9. Ashley tell him be here by 8 or Giselle's neck is gonna explode. Get hit with some of that goiter girth in the backsplash. Goiter girth. Giselle's goiter girth. Triple jizzy. So Giselle's gonna make them being late to this event her plot line. They're fucking rude. So Jacqueline's upset she ain't in the group chat cause you ain't on the show, Heifer, you a friend of. And yeah, coming for Karen, saying we'll see what the courts have to say, Heifer, that wasn't your place. Get you some business. Over at Karen's event, Mia, Kay, Wendy, and the other new heifers is there. And yes, Karen, this was your way of pulling rank by being the most likable. Kay said, well, you know I ain't never going to another GNA. I ain't got room for the stitches. Wendy wanted to see if there was an actual award to be received. Ashley getting up, talking about GNA addressing this group of extras and producers. I mean, I'm sorry, but who was actually there for GNA and y'all still don't know what you do? So we see after they gave their little speech, the heifers is still trying to get over there. Many have said, well, what we're doing is proper. Yes, it is proper in real life, but on a reality show, this is a plot line, baby. You gonna pay for being late all season. Especially with Necky. Shit, that's Jackie Christie's name. Goity. Does GNA actually make clothes? I don't think GNA knows what it is. I don't think it knows why it is. It's joggers. It's joggers. It's lifestyle. I mean, they really stole Sheree's concept of a lack of concept. Oh, God. So they show up in Giselle's, no, go. Full Kenya Moore. Not security. Not calling security with the bye-bye. Ah, well, at least Giselle's giving us something. Put her ass to work.